Boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the Season 6 season opener here at the famous Monaco Grand Prix. This time last season we arrived here for the first time ever, and we was treated to a spectacle of strategical differences, a few accidents, and a Renault win for a lazy. Wonder how much of a treat we're going to be in store with this season. Not many driver changes around. We've got the driver change in Jaguar. Dennis has been binned after coming runner-up in the competition. He is being replaced by an old Jaguar driver from season 1, Eddie Irvine. And the other change is at BAR, where Matt Sakane is no longer in the BAR. It is Nick Heidfeld, another German in the grid, as well with Ralf Schumacher and Heinz-Harald Frentzen. The other German, Michael Schumacher, hasn't turned up to... Oh no, he has turned up. They have turned up. There is questions about whether Ferrari were going to make it to Monaco, but they got the visa sorted. They arrived with plenty of time to spare. As you can see, I'm waffling on a bit because qualifying takes forever to do, and I don't really care about qualifying. So we're just going to watch all the cars go around. Actually, we're not even going to watch the cars go around. We're just looking at the time screen. We're looking at De La Rosa on pole, Webber second, Schumacher third, Fisichella fourth, Frentzen fifth, Hill sixth. But, you know, grab yourself a cup of tea, maybe popcorn, I don't know, maybe sit back, relax. It might be a spectacle, it might not be, who knows. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to find out soon enough. Sounds like a bloody missile going off. Blooming out. Right. So, there's your grid. I don't really need to say much. Minardi last. Yeah. Welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix. Hello there. And welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix. Yep, we're not doing that voice. That voice is long in the past. You're just going to hit my voice, my beautiful voice, through 50 minutes of the streets of Monaco, where it's notoriously difficult to overtake. If you're on a one-stop, so help the guys behind you. But the cars accelerate. We are about to get going on the streets of Monaco. 5 lights, and season 6 is underway! It is a good start from Ralf Schumacher. Got bugged on a little bit. He is braking. He's trying to get past De La Rosa. He's crashed into both walls. Back down in third. De La Rosa leads. Webber second. Schumacher third. Frentzen up from fourth to fifth. De La Rosa already has quite a bit of a lead. Ralf Schumacher tried his luck. Couldn't get going, but has to go through Casino Square. Webber second. Schumacher third. Frentzen fourth. Fisichella is in fifth place. Damien Hill in sixth. Michael Schumacher in seventh. Bertie eighth. Coulthard is in 9th, Montoya 10th, Raikkonen is in 11th, Hakkinen 12th. Alazy's dropped back a bit on 13th, Irvine 14th, Button 15th, Young 16th. It's a good start from Young, Alonso 17th, Takagi 18th, and I didn't see Heidfeld. They're going down towards Lowe's for the first time. It's a very slow corner, Lowe's is, and looks like we're all going to negotiate. Looks like a Renault was about to go down the inside of an Arrows. That would have been a lazy on Frentzen. De La Rosa, Webber, Schumacher, the top 3 at the moment, as they go down towards the chicane for the first time, round towards the back. Frentzen still in front of the Renault. To back for the first time, then swimming pool. Fisichella fourth. It is Hill in 5th. No real overtaking opportunities around here. For obvious reasons. It's a bit of a street circuit. Down towards Antonino's. It's not even Antonino's. This. I don't actually remember what this corner's called. This is Antonino's. Rascath. There we are. Bertie's in 9th. Montoya 10th. Down the very not straight pit straight. Hakkinen in 12th. Braking heavily towards the first corner. Which is actually Is it Rascath? I don't really remember what the first corners are. Young 16th. Alonso 17th. Takagi 18th. Still no sign of Heidfeld. Oh, Barrichello as well, 19th. Heidfeld's behind in last place. Making his debut for BAR today. In place of Mazzacane. De La Rosa leads for Jaguar though. Through the tunnel. For the second time towards the Nouvelle chicane. I believe Nouvelle is new, so we're going through the new chicane. Round to back towards, in what they call in French, piscine. But we are not French, we are going to call it the proper name of a swimming pool. It is like Rascath because the first corner is Saint-Devote. Saint-Devote. Whatever. Down the pit straight for the second time to start lap 3. The top 4 pulling away from Fisichella, 4.9 seconds behind the Italian. No real indication about who's on that 1 stop and who's on the 2 stop. We'll soon know. 26 laps of Monaco to look forward to. Round Mirabeau, round Lowe's hairpin. It's called the Grand Hotel hairpin, but we've always known it as Lowe's. Fisichella going round the Lowe's now. Round Portier into the tunnel. I fell 25 seconds behind the leaders at this present time after 2 laps. On average losing 12 and a half seconds. Down towards the back. And the swimming pool section is... It's called the swimming pool section because there's actually a swimming pool in the middle of the 2 corners. Bertie touches the wall slightly there in 9th place for BAR. Tenth is Montoya, 11th Raikkonen. Montoya, your season 3 champion. Alonso loses his front wing. Ralf Schumacher with the fastest lap, and that's what's happened. It is Alonso at swimming pool. Heidfeld has been caught up in it as well. It looks like he was trying to make a passing move on Alex Young. Here we go. Well, no, it's been caught out and span into the tyre wall, and then just made a hash of that. Barrichello got past. Heidfeld got caught up. There's Heidfeld. So Heidfeld's race has gone from bad to worse in his debut for BAR. Just being held up slightly by Alonso. Luckily Alonso lost it very early on, so he won't lose too much time, but he's going to be dead last for pretty much the entirety of the race. Especially because I don't think he can make... Can you make it? I think he might be able to make it to the end on the fuel now. We'll soon see. Only just, I think, but I think it's going to be a long race for Fernando Alonso. I think. They can hear the leaders, they're coming down through to the back and swimming pool. There they are, coming out of the swimming pool. Top 3, 4 cars all separated by on the same bit of track. Round about 3 seconds is the gap between the top 4. It is Della Rosa, you'll see, is one champion out in front. 5 champions, all 5 different teams. No team has won the same driver's title, but Jaguar have won 3 teams championships. Up towards the casino for the 5th time. Already passed 5 laps. Down towards Mirabeau. Entering towards casino. Not casino, Lowe's. You take a lot of curb. You need a special steering rack to get around that corner, otherwise you're just not getting around that corner. Oh, slight touch of the barrier there for Della Rosa. Closes Webber up, but I don't think Webber's going to have the opportunity to pass, which gives Ralf Schumacher a little bit of an opportunity. Webber looking, showing his mirror to Jaguar of Della Rosa. Ralf Schumacher very close behind. Frentzen keeping back a little bit to not get involved. But all they can do is just wait for an inch of a mistake, perhaps. Up. Rascas towards Anthony Nose. And accelerating down the pit straight. Round. Saint-Devat. Up the hill. You want to be wary if you're going to front wing going up that hill, because you will fly. I've done that many times over the time. The hill in 6th. Braking. And slowly round the lowest hairpin. Eighth is Coulthard, 9th Montoya, 10th Raikkonen. 11th Hakkinen, 12th Lazy. Irvine in 13th. Round the new Bell chicane. Bertie losing quite a bit of time, not having started once after winning the season. Ralf Schumacher with the fastest lap. Ralf Schumacher fastest lap of the race so far. Heidfeld 19th, Alonso stuck in 20th. He's actually getting very close to being lapped. Ralf Schumacher's lost quite a bit of time actually to the top 2. Top 2 have pulled away significantly from the 2 arrows in 3rd and 4th. Down through the tunnel goes the Jaguar. And Jaguar ready in the pits. That's possibly why they pulled away a little bit, because the Jaguar boys are getting ready to go into the pits. Webber not going into the pits as of yet. It hasn't been announced that he's going into the pits, but we shall soon see if he goes into the pits. Through swimming pool for the 7th time. I'm going to stop saying for the 7th time, for the 8th time, for the 9th time, because you can see how many laps are left to the top right corner. Well, in the corner it is. Della Rosa diving into the pits first. Webber will not follow. Webber will take over the race lead. Frentzen goes through. Ralf Schumacher actually got passed by Frentzen at some point. Webber with the fastest lap. There goes the rest of the field going past. De La Rosa out to the pits now. He's actually going to come back out in front of David Coulthard. That's how much of an advantage these lot had. They've just so much of an advantage, top four, over the rest of the field. Irvine 13th, Button 14th, Bertie 15th. Fisichella holding these off slightly, you'd have thought. Especially with the fact he's 6 seconds behind Ralf Schumacher in the arrows. Now, Webber in the 2 arrows need to get a good advantage over De La Rosa, otherwise them staying out for longer than De La Rosa is not going to really come into fruition. Also, I would need to make something clear. Right, last time out in Germany, I did say Bertie quite a lot of times instead of Diniz. I didn't realise it was happening. It's probably why Diniz left, because I probably offended him. I do apologise. I don't really control what I say. Literally anything that comes out of my mouth doesn't usually get thought about. It's much a matter of instinct, and I got it wrong in this occasion. But who cares? We're in Monaco now. Diniz is not around anymore, so I'll probably just say Diniz instead of Diniz instead of Irvine, or Bertie instead of Irvine now. You've done it to yourself, guys. You've done it to yourself. What else has been done is Alonso is now close to being lapped, and Webber is now going to be held up by the very slow Alonso because there's no way to overtake. Frentzen is now caught up to Webber after being nearly 2 seconds behind. Maybe Alonso will leave the space at the tunnel. Who knows? No, because he's actually pulled away from the Australian. Sauber are getting ready in the pits. Now, we didn't have this problem last year with people being lapped, because everyone was pretty even. If it wasn't for the fact that Alonso crashed into the wall, we wouldn't be having this problem. In fact, something has happened to Ralf Schumacher, because Ralf Schumacher is no longer behind Frentzen. He's actually behind Fisichella. I presume that Ralf Schumacher has pitted at some point. Webber dives into the pits. Frentzen will take over the lead. Change of tyres and a refueling stop. Fisichella goes past. Hill goes past. Schumacher's in the pits as well. De La Rosa is next up. Is he going to be in front of De La Rosa, Webber? The answer is yes. There is De La Rosa. Ralf Schumacher still not seen. Barrichello loses his front wing now. There is Kill. There's Fisichella. Frentzen still behind Alonso. We're on board with Barrichello. Is it the same place as Alonso? It is. And around he goes into the same wall that Alonso went into, and then careless driving. And then I have no idea what Barrichello's doing. That is the widest three-point turn I've ever seen. But he's finally away. Oh dear, Heidfeld coming up towards Barrichello. It's just going from bad to worse for Heidfeld. Oh no, didn't get close enough. Arrow's ready in the pits. Frentzen still behind Alonso. This is actually hurting Frentzen now, because Webber and De La Rosa will probably be quicker. So this has hurt Frentzen more than anything, being stuck behind Alonso. Still no way past for the German. Fisichella is now directly behind him after being 5 seconds behind. Frentzen goes into the pits. Hill's in the pits as well. Fisichella goes on for another lap. More than likely to be held though by Frentzen. Now, what's going to happen here? Because Hill is relatively close to Frentzen. If Hill doesn't fuel for as long as Frentzen, and no, Frentzen's away. De La Rosa is already past. Coulthard's gone past. And Hill is already gone past. Still no sign of Ralf Schumacher. I have no idea what's happened to him. I don't see him behind there. Frentzen 5th. Coulthard 4th. De La Rosa 3rd. Webber 2nd. Ralf Schumacher just disappeared out of nowhere. Jaguar of De La Rosa trying to pass Webber. There's Webber in 2nd. Fisichella leads. Still behind Alonso. Renault ready in the pits. Alonso still holding everyone up. There's no way he's going to be in front of Webber. Webber's only 11 seconds away. The problem we're going to have is Alonso's is going to be the roadblock throughout this race because of the fact that he's heavily fueled. That was a bit naughty from Alonso. Holding up slightly. Look at how much Webber is just caught up by. Into the pits goes Fisichella. I think we need to see classified standings because Ralf Schumacher has still not appeared anywhere on the pictures. Webber goes past. De La Rosa goes past. Coulthard goes past. Frentzen. Hill. Schumacher loses his front wing now. That'll be Michael Schumacher. And they've got a pile up. That's a lazy Hakkinen. And Montoya has to do a whole lap without a front wing. A lazy's involved. Got a pile up here at Anthony knows. A lazy can't get past. Oh dear. This Young is this is a disaster. Something ridiculous has happened. Young out of the race. The other Minardi's been involved. A lazy's retired. Young has retired. The other Minardi's also retired. Both Minardi's have retired from the race. What even happened? Well, here is Ralf Schumacher. Ralf Schumacher was the initial person that crashed. And then everyone just in sympathy. There's Montoya. There's Hakkinen. There's a lazy. Irvine got through. Button got through. The BIR just crashed into him. That would have been Bertie. Hakkinen's gone through. Montoya will go through and do a whole lap. Young is coming round now and he's just going to do... Lazy's just blocked the track and he can't go anywhere. Takagi's going to join. And he's not going to be able to do anything. All three of them will retire on the spot. It was Ralf Schumacher that lost this front wing. Heidfeld's going to come around. And they've all disappeared. They've all been taken away. So, there's now a bunch of drivers without a front wing going around the track. Barrichello, Alonso. Webber leads. De La Rosa's in second. Coulthard third at the moment, but I don't think Coulthard's made a pit stop yet. And if he has, he's in a very, very strong position. But I don't think Coulthard's made a pit stop yet. I think Coulthard's on the alternate strategy. And will be pitting in the next few laps. Arrow's ready for, would assume, Ralf Schumacher. So Ralf Schumacher was the one that lost the front wing. Toyota are ready as well. Frentzen's fourth. Schumacher's race has gone from bad to worse. From not knowing where he's gone to all of a sudden knowing where he's gone, but completely ruining his race. Ralf Schumacher has gone past. Irvine is quite far behind. This is Button. This is Bertie, Hakkinen, Ralf Schumacher. Here he is in 13th place. Looks so promising for the Arrows team, but all of a sudden it's just turned into a nightmare for Ralf Schumacher, our Season 2 champion. He'll be able to refuel to the end, but it's looking like it's going to be a no-point race for Ralf Schumacher. Could be worse. She could be in Minardi's position and be out of the race. They're going to refuel him till the end. Heidfeld in 13th place now. Out goes Ralf Schumacher. Montoya now. Borte in the office for Toyota as well. Both Toyotas and both Minardis in the walls. But it's looking all fruitful for Mark Webber at the moment. Got De La Rosa down his neck, breathing down his neck, but so long as he doesn't look in the mirrors and see the green machine, he should be okay. Round Casino. We're past the halfway point. We had drama. Round down towards the lowest hairpin. Top 3 in the race at the moment. Webber, De La Rosa, Coulthard. Brenton just behind. Down towards the tunnel. Top 4 separated, top 5 separated by approximately 3 seconds. Round the Nivelle chicane, Fisichella 5 seconds behind at the moment. There's Fisichella, Raikkonen in 7th. Schumacher 8th, top 8 at the moment. There is Michael Schumacher. Eddie Irvine 9th at the moment. I'll just return to Jaguar. Round anti-nodes through the pitch straight. Up the hill. There's Ralf Schumacher in 14th. Trying to salvage anything really is the German. Webber leads though. He's actually passed the Toyota at some point. Oh dear, that's Alonso going. Alonso's trying to avoid everyone at the moment. Brent is actually down the inside of Coulthard. Oh, they're doing that's fantastic racing. Coulthard down the inside. They've touched. Alonso and Coulthard have touched at the moment. That is some fantastic racing from the guys. Coulthard still trying to pass Alonso at the moment, and he's stuck now. Stuck behind Alonso at the moment. The top 2 are getting away. But that was some fantastic racing between French and Coulthard. Nice clean racing. We don't see that too often in these races. And all of a sudden the race has come alive. Alonso pulls off to the side. Has actually let Coulthard go now. Is Alonso going to let Frenton go by? You'll have the blue flags waving. He should let him by here. Oh, he's going to do it the hard way, is Alonso. And there we are. The top 4 have not lost time. Down through the hairpin. Alonso will be at similar pace to these lot because of the fuel loads, but he's not in the same race as these lot. He's well down the order. And Alonso will simply let Hill go. No, he won't! He's nearly turned into Hill. Go towards the Nouvelle chicane. He's being a lot more friendly, and now they've all pitted. And now Hill can just simply drive away. Fisichella in 6th. In the Renault is the next man to be lapping Alonso. He's got Raikkonen right behind him at the moment. Raikkonen not making a pit stop just yet. So right up towards the Nouvelle chicane. And into the pits goes Raikkonen. So Raikkonen didn't want to be dealing. Frentzen with the fastest lap so far. That'll be an extra £1 million to ours at the moment. Much needed money this stage of the season. If you can save up enough money at the start of the season, you'll be on your way. And that was... Hakkinen has had to brake for his fellow Finn. He survives. Button's 10th at the moment. 39th. Irvine 8th. Top 8 so far for Eddie Irvine on his way back in. McLaren ready in the pits. That will be for David Coulthard. There is Coulthard Hill in 5th place. Coulthard's in 3rd though. He's lost a little bit of the time to the top 2. Coulthard, Webber pulled away slightly. I think mostly thanks to Alonso. BAR ready in the pits. That will be for Luciano Berti, the Brazilian in the BAR. Coulthard 3rd. He's about to enter the pits for his one and only stop, I believe. I'm not too sure, but he goes straight into the pits. And the fuel hose are about to go off here. Now, away goes Coulthard. He's going to easily go into 7th. Michael Schumacher with the fastest lap at the moment. So it's going to be Ferrari getting that £1 million at the moment. Irvine behind Coulthard at the moment, but he'll have to make a pit stop still. There is Michael Schumacher, who's in 6th place at the moment. Your top 10 finished off by Hakkinen, as you can see on screen. Hill still behind Frentzen at the moment. Sauber ready in the pits. De La Rosa not in the pits at the moment. The Arrows are ready in the pits as well. So Webber and Frentzen going into the pits first this time around. They short fueled them for this set. Wise decision, we'll soon see. You need to get out ahead of Coulthard though, because Coulthard is what stands in the way. Jaguar in ready for Irvine. So De La Rosa is definitely not pitting this lap. And it's actually a good job that they're pitting, because they look like they're going into the back of Barrichello. Webber in the pits, Frentzen in the pits. Hill will continue for another lap. De La Rosa with the fastest lap. Fisichella's gone through. Webber has been held. Webber got held by... That was Michael Schumacher. But it looks like they're both ahead of Coulthard. Webber and Frentzen ahead of Coulthard. That now 4th and 5th. Fisichella, Hill, De La Rosa all in front at the moment. Fisichella going down the inside of Alonso. He has made the move stick. Through the tunnel. Hill looks like he's pitting. De La Rosa being held up slightly by Barrichello. Barrichello not letting the Jaguar through. This is going to be a disaster for Finn. They both span! Oh, Hill's having to brake. Barrichello's just hit the wall. They both span at the same spot. Fisichella's gone through. Webb and Frenson are next to go past the chicane. They both had to be held up slightly by them two. This will be an advantage for Webber and Frenson here. In goes Hill. Dylan Rose has gone on for another lap. Fisichella's up into second. But we're looking out for Webber at the moment. Out goes Hill. Webber easily is going to get through. Where's Frenson? He is in front of Frenson just. There is the German. And behind them is David Coulthard. So Hill just in front. Third Webber. Second is Fisichella at the moment. De La Rosa still leads. But for how much longer? He got held up quite a lot by Jaguar ready. And Renault ready. Both of them ready to go into the pits. The final set of pit stops realistically. De La Rosa going into the pits for the final time this race. The first to pit and the last to pit pretty much. Pedro De La Rosa into the pits now. We hold our breath waiting for the drivers to go past. That is the Toyota. That is a Ferrari. De La Rosa is ahead of Webber. Will Fisichella be ahead of Hill, Frenson and Coulthard? That is the big question. De La Rosa in the lead. That little spin did not disrupt his rhythm. He's ahead of the Australian. Hill is in third. Frenson is in fourth. And Fisichella is in front of Coulthard. Frenson directly behind Hill is making a move. Not close enough. Perhaps making another move going into the hairpin. Nope. There's Coulthard putting pressure on the Renault. Michael Schumacher in 7th. Raikkonen in 8th. We're by 9th at the moment. Last of the non-score, first of the non-scorers going. 30 is in 10th. Button 11th. Hakkinen 12th at the moment. Ralf Schumacher 13th. He's ahead of Heidfeld. After a topsy-turvy race. Montoya 15th, Alonso 16th, and Barrichello is in 17th and last. The position that he usually is at. But it's going to be under pressure from the leaders. Alonso as well. They're both. Alonso's going to be lapped by the leaders for the third time. Oh, it's getting close. Oh dear. Barrichello not letting them through that easily. Coming towards Mirabeau. Is he going to go down the inside? He is. Is he going to be making that move stick? He just about. Lowe's hairpin time here. Tentatively going around the corner. De La Rosa pulling away slightly from the Ferrari, but it's not too far down the road is Alonso. Accelerating up through the gears, through the tunnel. The sound of the engine going through the tunnel. De La Rosa looked like it went slightly wide going around the chicane. Get better turning going around the curb. Still behind the Ferrari at the moment is Mark Webber. De La Rosa still in third. De La Rosa still leads. Hill still in third. He's going to have pressure from Frentzen behind, surely. And they got Fisichella and Coulthard also doing battle 5th and 6th. Got 6 different constructors in the top 6. Perhaps 8 in the top 8. I don't remember who's in 7th. It's I think Bertie in 7th. But De La Rosa leads. Webber 2nd. Hill 3rd. Frentzen 4th. With De La Rosa been put in the wall there by Alonso. Fisichella 5th. Coulthard 6th. 7th Michael Schumacher. 8th place Raikkonen. So 7 constructors in the top 7. Sauber the only team to have 2 drivers. Webber is finally passed. There is Barrichello. Webber finally passed and he's already at the back of De La Rosa. With the Toyota still in front of Alonso. Barrichello still troubling. De La Rosa about to go down the inside at the Nerville, the outside of the Nerville chicane. It'll turn to the inside. He's cut the corner like an app. It's made. Oh, Alonso span. Alonso has span. Hill goes past. Frentzen goes past. Fisichella goes past. Oh, Coulthard hit him. Schumacher. Oh, Alonso's out. Alonso has retired. He's out of the race. Fisichella 5th. There's another yellow flag somewhere. Hill's trying to get past Webber. And he's just crashed into the wall. Wheels out. Hill has lost his front wing. He's into the wall. Trying to overtake. And Michael Schumacher's in the wall. They're all in the wall. Disaster for Hill and Michael Schumacher. They're going to go do a whole lap without a front wing. It's an absolute disaster. Coulthard Fisichella 5th and 4th. Frentzen's in 3rd. Webber 2nd. And they're all still behind. They're all behind Barrichello. Again. Frentzen 3rd. Webber 2nd. De La Rosa is the main beneficiary of all that. But what happened? So Webber actually span. That's why Hill and Webber were side by side. Did Webber clip the wall going into the Nerville chicane? Here we go. Yes, he clipped the wall. Barrichello actually helped him out there. And then Hill down the inside. He just crashed into the inside wall. Fisichella gets away with it. And Barrichello's about to turn into Webber. Is he going to let the Australian through at the chicane? There's the arrows. He's making his own track up, but at least he's gone through. And Barrichello's now span. And now Fisichella's hit him. Oh my goodness. Monaco providing all the action at the moment. Everyone's just spinning at the moment. Barrichello's managed to ring it back. Schumacher, Hill, Raikkonen's just behind, in front. I think he's finally going to get in front. There we are. Raikkonen has it span on that corner as well. Irvine. Bertie's also right behind. Bertie's going to... Oh, just in front. Oh, Bertie's going for... Bertie went open. Oh, Bottas hit him as well. Oh, this is... They're all hitting each other at the moment. Bertie's gone over the top of Hill. Hakkinen. Ralf Schumacher is catching these up quite a chunk here. He's going to be in 11th place. Oh, goodness. Both of them pit. Hill and Michael Schumacher pit. No points for Ferrari. No points for Jordan. Ralf Schumacher up into 11th. Heitfeld is going to be up into 12th after all of his antics, or is he actually? Because he is coming out of the pits. Heitfeld's really close. Michael Schumacher being held up. Oh, Heitfeld's just in front. Heitfeld in 12th. Hill 13th. Michael Schumacher 14th. Who says Monaco's boring? Whoever said Monaco's boring should be shot. What a fantastic race we've had so far. And we've still got 2 laps to go. Ralf Schumacher up into 11th. Hakkinen up into 10th. Button 9th. Bertie somehow is about to go get a point. Irvine is in 7th place after all this. Raikkonen's in 6th place. Good chunk of points here for Sauber. They're going to surely be in 2nd place in the Constructors. Fisichella 4th. Frentzen 3rd. Webber in 2nd. But out in front, having a relatively quiet time now, is Pedro de la Rosa. We're on the final lap here of the Monaco Grand Prix. Last season, you could be forgiven to say it was not so much a good, boring race, but it wasn't really a good race. But this season's been quite spectacular, hasn't it? What a start to the season we've had. Had action left, right and centre, apart from in the middle where there wasn't too much action, but we're on board here with Pedro de la Rosa. He's in the final sector. There's no cars in front of him to disturb him. Round the Nerval chicane, you can hear the foghorns already. Round to back for the final time through the swimming pool. Coming out of the swimming pool. He has done everything right in this race. He has not made a mistake like everyone else has, and he has proven why he's a one-time champion at season 1. He has kept his cool whenever others have damaged themselves. So Pedro de la Rosa comes around the final corner to take victory here for the Monaco Grand Prix. Webber come home in 2nd. Frentzen's in 3rd. It's going to be Fisichella coming home in 4th. Coulthard, impressive 5th place for McLaren. 6th place is going to be Kimi Raikkonen. 7th place Irvine. 8th place Bertie and Button battling for the final point between BAR and Jordan. But we've cut back to the race winner of De La Rosa. Irvine 7th. 8th place, you would assume Bertie. Button 9th. Hakkinen 10th. And then we have a little bit of a gap to Ralf Schumacher, who will finish in 11th place. And 12th place is another bit of a gap, but that will be Heitfeld in 12th place. 13th, you'd assume, would be Hill. 14th, Michael Schumacher. And 15th and lapped is Barrichello. And then your retirements are the 2 Aralesi, the 2 Minardis, and Alonso. And the classified results here. For the Monaco Grand Prix, De La Rosa wins in 41 minutes, 41 seconds. Webber 2nd, Frentzen 3rd. Fisichella 4th, Coulthard 5th, Raikkonen 6th, Irvine 7th, Bertie 8th. Montoya actually finished in 15th, Barrichello 16th. So, I think I'm going to need to lie down after that. That was quite the last couple of laps. Everything happened mostly because Webber span. Webber spinning and then everyone losing front wing, everyone flying over each other. And after all that, De La Rosa wins Jaguar in the lead of the Constructors' Championship by 1 point over Sauber. Arrows 6 points. With Renault 5 points. McLaren 4 points. And then BAR 1 point. There's a look through the rest of the classified results here for the Monaco Grand Prix. We will join you back for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Scene of all the overtakes. I hope you join us for that. But as for this race, we should say goodbye to Monaco for another season. We'll welcome you back at the start of next season. The fastest lap went to Pedro de la Rosa in the end, 1:32.629. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.